Because they decided that Kevin McCarthy is not conservative enough to represent a party that's just taken back the House from Nancy Pelosi. And they are definitely right about that. McCarthy is not especially conservative. He is, in fact, ideologically agnostic. He's flexible. His real constituency is the lobbying community in Washington.
In the wake of Kevin McCarthy struggling to win the bid for Speaker of the House, the hosts of Fox News have taken to the airways to offer their advice. And you would not imagine what they believe McCarthy must do to win over his House holdouts. Welcome into TYT's Overruled. I'm your host, Adrienne Lawrence. As Kevin McCarthy fails to secure the win for Speaker of the House, well, Fox News has leaned into the battle. Hosts of the conservative news outlet want to give their advice to McCarthy, and it's some novel insight. Sean Hannity, for instance, encouraged McCarthy to ponder this interesting question.
And tonight we asked the question, how about this question? What would Ronald Reagan say? What would Ronald Reagan do? Now, as President Reagan famously told his staff, quote, "The person that agrees with you 80% of the time is a friend and an ally, not a 20% traitor." Republicans, they would be wise to heed that advice.
WWRRD. That's probably not what McCarthy is thinking about in these moments. And Hannity's fellow Fox Newser, Tucker Carlson, well, he had to get in his 2 cents too, and it only seems to be worth about 2 cents as far as I'm concerned.
How badly does Kevin McCarthy want this job? 20 of his colleagues have just publicly disavowed him, loudly and again and again. So to win them back, McCarthy is going to have to give them something real, not more airy promises, which he specializes in. He's going to have to give them actual concessions. If Kevin McCarthy wants to be the Speaker, he is going to have to do things he would never do otherwise. Like what? We can think of at least 2 things. First, release the January 6th files. Not some of the January 6th files and video, all of it. And not to some phony committee that will hide them, that in fact is designed to hide them from the public, but put them online. Release them to the public directly so that the rest of us can finally know what actually happened on January 6th, 2021. It's been 2 years. It's long overdue. It's our right as Americans to know. And McCarthy could tell us.
Something tells me that Matt Gaetz and co. wouldn't be necessarily moved by the promise of such intel. But perhaps Tucker's second suggestion to McCarthy would be motivating.
Second, Kevin McCarthy could put Thomas Massie of Kentucky in charge of a new Frank Church committee designed to discover what the FBI and the intel agencies have been doing to control domestic politics in this country. They've been doing a lot. But no one in Washington wants to talk about it. This topic is effectively off limits and has been. In fact, no one's talked about it for almost 50 years.
Do you really think Tucker believes the words coming out of his mouth? Let's be real here. It doesn't seem like McCarthy would be able to secure the vote necessary to win Speaker of the House, no matter what he did. People simply do not trust him in politics. And really, why should they? Even though none of us are necessarily on the inside, we've witnessed his about face on a public stage. What, in the moments following the January 6th insurrection on the Capitol, McCarthy spoke out against Donald Trump. He spoke truth, only to flip-flop and all of a sudden cower back and lie. Get out of here with that stuff. As far as I'm concerned, the gentleman from California seems to be very much lacking in integrity, so it definitely makes sense that his colleagues do not want him leading the charge. But then again, those are just my thoughts. You let me know yours in the comments below. Hit that like and follow button, and thanks for watching.